I get a lot of questions from small business owners and entrepreneurs with regard to how they're supposed to be compensated. How are they supposed to be paid? Because there's a different way if you're an employee of how you get paid, right? Than when you're the man in charge or the woman in charge. And when you are the owner of said company, people have a lot of questions on how do I pay myself? What does that look like? How much should that be? This is Pepper from TPI, and I'm going to go through how you should pay yourself and how it's going to be the most tax efficient way to pay yourself. When I counsel small business owners or entrepreneurs, the one thing that I want to say to them is not every scenario fits every business owner, right? So again, every business is different. Every business is set up differently. Every industry is different, and it has its own challenges accordingly, right? So when I go in to counsel someone about how they're supposed to pay themselves, it's not a one-size-fits-all solution. Here, I want to tell you a little story. People ask me a lot about, hey, these people like Jeff Bezos and Warren Buffett and Elon Musk, how do they get by? These people make millions or even billions of dollars. But how is it sometimes that they pay the least amount in taxes? So here's what I want to pose to you. Let's take someone like Elon Musk, for instance, right? So the way that we think that pay works is that every 2 weeks or every month, you take money out of your business to pay yourself. Let's just say for simplicity, you take $5,000 every month to pay yourself. So for a regular person who works a regular W-2 traditional job, that looks different because that's how we've been trained over the years. We've been trained to see that I take money out and this money is now mine. I use that money now in our local economy for various goods and services, right? Well, you have to change your mindset, right? Stick with me for a second. You need to change your mindset because you are no longer someone's employee. And by understanding that you're no longer someone's employee, we have to be a little bit more strategic in our movements. So when I talk about strategy, here's what I'm talking about. Elon Musk, for instance, this is what he does. Instead of taking a said amount every month for his income or his salary, what he has done over the years with his company or companies is given himself stock options, right? Stick with me. He's given himself stock options. So technically on paper, right? On paper, he doesn't really show that income. He doesn't really show that revenue that's coming to him personally as an employee or as a officer of this company. So what he's doing is he's saying, hey, you know what? I'm going to take these stock options. And with these stock options, these are now my assets. And with those assets, I'm going to take that and I'm going to say, go to the bank. I'm going to go to the bank and I'm going to get a loan. I'm going to get a loan based on the assets of my stock options. Now, if we were to look at just at this stage, if we were to look at on paper, does he have money? Not in the traditional sense, right? Because he's not pulling in an income that way. But again, he is going to give himself stock options. Those stock options are going to be assets. Those assets are going to be used to go to the bank to get somebody else's money, right? So in this scenario, let me ask you this. He now has money in the bank because he got it from, he got a loan, right? So he has money in the bank. But however, at the end of the year, when he's going and he's doing his taxes, what income is represented on his taxes? I'm going to give you a minute to think about that. What income is represented on his taxes? Not in the traditional sense, so very little, right? Because again, he didn't take his money in the traditional way. He didn't say, I'm going to now take a draw from this business or businesses. That is then going to be a pay stub that says, I got this money, right? So again, at the end of the year, he has money because he got it from the bank in the form of a loan. But with regard to taxes, what did he do? He sort of bypassed that, right? He bypassed it because he didn't give himself a traditional draw from his company. Now, again, when people ask me, Pepper, how should I pay myself? I want to go in. Should I be this? Should I be that? Should I pay myself $1 million, $100,000? And what I want to say is this. Each situation is unique upon itself. So when I counsel my business owners, I go in and I look at their entire situation and figure out what fits best for them, how they should pay themselves, in what frequency should they pay themselves, and in what category they should pay themselves. That's food for thought. That's your business edge.